Hello, 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 hello. So, David, back after my summer adventures, and we're I'm going to chat with you really briefly about my dad's in recovery program, and I'm going to run another course, and the course will start on the 20th of September, and I kind of need your help. Um, you know, I don't have some big budget to put the word out. I don't have any budget to put the word out, as a matter of fact. But all summer, I ran the course in the spring, and I had 14 men in the course who were dads in recovery, and testimonials from these men were amazing. We really went deep. It was very successful. And all of these men had kids that I think benefited, and they told me that their families benefited from the course. And then all summer I talked to lots of folks, and dozens and dozens of men in recovery that I've talked to, and people in the recovery field, professionals and doctors, and I've talked to just tons of people, and they've all said, "Wow, what a great idea!" I mean, dads in recovery, it's kind of something we don't talk about a lot, and men sober up, and maybe they're estranged from their kids, or things have not gone well. They ended up in a treatment center, and they're maybe not welcome back in their house right away, or maybe never. And men, of course, deserve a second chance. There's no question. And so who do you know that's a dad in recovery that I want to talk to them, because I'm not selling this. I want to see if they qualify. I want men actually who want to be amazing dads. And I mean, some men have already given up. They've already said, probably my kids are better off without me. And if not, publicly, they said that to themselves. And so I want to talk to those men too. I want to help them to see that dad is needed. That being a dad, if you've got kids, being a dad is important. And then for those of the men who are back in their kids' lives, a lot of us we didn't have great role models. So we don't even know that we don't know how to be, a dad. We're missing a lot of the tools, and especially in early recovery, but even men with 20 years in recovery and more are, have kind of screwed up their relationships with their kids, and they want to rebuild them, and it's never too late, right? It's never too late to rebuild that relationship with your kids and with your children. So that's the message that I'm giving to men on a regular basis, and I mean, or you could just wing it, and I think that's what a lot of men are doing. In my conversation with men, I often ask, how many courses have you taken? Some have taken one, a little course when they were in recovery in the treatment center, but not much, and even if they've gone to a therapist, often the therapist hasn't got a lot of information on being a dad. And how do I qualify? Well, I qualify because I have 3 kids. They're adults now, 2 in recovery. Every single dad I've talked to says one of their greatest fears is that their kids are going to be an addict or an alcoholic like them. And so when I say to them, so do you want to be there? Do you want to be there when your kid is, discovering drugs and alcohol and realizing that maybe that's their solution? Because that's what happened to us, eh? Many of us couldn't talk to our parents. We didn't have a relationship with our parents. And so you want to be there and have a relationship with your kids. And that's what we deal with in this course, this Dads in Recovery course. So it starts on the 20th of September. I need to talk to men. They got to qualify. It's not just a slam dunk. There's a cost to be in it. I think if you don't pay, you don't stay. And we'll share that. We'll talk about it in the conversation. So if you're a man who has children and you think, well, I think I'm doing okay, then you need to take the course. You need to talk to me. And there's just some great, there's some pieces in here that you haven't thought of. And then what happens actually, the way that I've designed this is that the course it's over 8 weeks, but there'll also be a couple of hours of one-on-one time with me in this iteration, there'll be a couple of hours of one-on-one time with me, and then there's also a Facebook group, a private Facebook group where the dads from the last course are, and where you'll be, and to be able to get support there from other dads who are in recovery. So it's pretty amazing, and I'm thrilled to be doing it again. So please share this. What you can do to help me, a couple of things you can do to help me. If you're a mom, or you're a grandma, you're anybody, we all know how important this is. So comment, make a comment. Let's talk about it so we can get the algorithms to see this. That's how I can get it out there. Share this. If you're watching this on link, because I'm going to link it into Twitter and LinkedIn, and or if you're watching it on YouTube, share it or make a comment and like the video, and so the word can get out there. So yeah, this course, by the way, is going to be limited to 20 men. I can't do more than 20 at a time, and yeah, I think that I know there's a tremendous amount of value, and there can't be anything that's more important than our influence on our children. And we have influence, and we can either decide what that influence is going to be, or it'll be what it is. And getting some tips, getting some direction on, and healing some relationships so that you can be that powerful influence. You can be a trusted dad, and you can have confidence in yourself, so you can be there when they need you. Is invaluable, right? All right. So, like I said, share, comment on Facebook, subscribe, and on YouTube, subscribe, and so that we can help me carry this message. I don't have the budget to just do a big advertising campaign, and who do you know that's a dad in recovery? Share this with him and ask him to get in touch with me. All right, love you guys, and it's great to be back and helping this happen. Thanks. Cheers.